you've been preparing for your N-400 interview, you need to know these changes. Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and I'm here to help you with your immigration journey. Over the past 12 months, there have been quite a few updates to the naturalization process. Policy memos are coming out every couple months and it can feel hard to keep up. So today, I'm going to break down everything for you in a simple way so you know exactly what to expect and you feel fully prepared on your interview day. All right, let's get into it. Change number 1, the biometrics appointment. Let's start with what happens right after you submit your application, the biometrics. At the appointment, USCIS will take your fingerprints, your photo, and your digital signature. This is used to confirm your identity and run background and security checks. In the past, many applicants received a notice saying their biometrics would be reused, which meant USCIS is reusing your old biometrics and no new appointment was needed. But now that's becoming less common. More and more applicants are being scheduled for a biometrics appointment, and some even have to wait a couple of months just to get that notice. Change number 2, social media vetting. Some of the USCIS forms require you to disclose your social media handles, such as Facebook or TikTok. Right now, the current version of the N-400 doesn't require you to disclose that information. However, the USCIS officer could still ask for your social media handles during the interview. Now, USCIS isn't just browsing your profile for fun. Officers are paying attention to things that might raise concerns, like inconsistencies, false information, or anything that doesn't match your application, such as your travel dates or your marital status. So if you're using social media, be honest and be mindful of what you post. Change number 3, background checks. USCIS is conducting more thorough screenings and vettings than ever before, with more information being shared across agencies like the FBI and DHS. Because of this, even after your interview, your case may still be under review. This is one of the main reasons why some applications take longer to get a final decision. Change number 4, good moral character. In the past, good moral character was looked at more narrowly. If you didn't commit serious crimes and resolved any minor issues, you were usually eligible to apply for naturalization. But now, officers are taking a broader look. They may review your entire history, not just the last 5 years, including traffic tickets, repeated offenses, or really anything from your past. And more importantly, they're looking at your honesty. If something happened, even if it was expunged or sealed, you should still disclose it. Bring supporting documents and be ready to explain the incident and how you resolved it. Some officers may also look at how you contribute to your community and how you handle your responsibilities. So it's not just about staying out of trouble anymore. It's about showing that you are a responsible, contributing member of society. Change number 5, owing taxes. Filing and paying your taxes is one of the key ways USCIS evaluates whether you meet the good moral character requirement. That's why it's important to make sure all of your tax filings are up to date and that you don't have any outstanding tax debt before your interview. Now, I understand that for some of you, paying off your taxes takes time. In the past, many applicants were still approved as long as they had an active payment plan and were consistently making their payments. However, I recently learned about an applicant who was denied at their N-400 interview because they still had unpaid taxes. Now, they had a payment plan and were making regular payments, but the officer said it was a good moral character issue. Every case is different, but if you can pay off your tax debt before your interview, I recommend doing so. If you really can't, make sure you have an approved payment plan and bring proof that you are making your payments on time. Change number 6, home visits. Personal neighborhood investigations is nothing new. It hasn't been really enforced since the 1990s. However, USCIS announced last year that they will resume it for naturalization applicants. There have been reports of USCIS officers visiting applicants' homes, especially in cases where there's a pending I-751 or a marriage-based application. This is still rare. If that ever happens to you, don't panic, be polite, verify the officer's identity, and treat it like a real interview. That's why it's even more important to be prepared early. Change number 7, legal representatives. Some applicants choose to bring an attorney to their interview either for peace of mind or because their case is more complex. Previously, attorneys could attend remotely by phone or video. But now, USCIS is requiring all legal representatives to appear in person. So if you plan to have an attorney, make sure to coordinate ahead of time and confirm everything before your interview day. Change number 8, the civics test. If you submitted your application on or after October 20th, 2025, you will be taking the updated 2025 version of the test. Instead of 100 questions, there are now 128. During the interview, the officer can ask you up to 20 questions, and you need to answer at least 12 correctly to pass. There are more questions, but the format is still the same. It's not multiple choice, and you have to answer orally out loud. If you practice often, you'll be okay. And if you need any extra help, I have plenty of videos on my channel to guide you through, so make sure to check them out. Change number 9, English reading and writing test. Officially, USCIS hasn't completely redesigned the reading and writing format. However, I've seen multiple recent reports from applicants who were given much longer and more complicated sentences during their interviews. Also, some vocabulary words were not even on the official list. So it's a good idea to start practicing with the simple sentences and the official list of words. However, if you have extra time, I suggest you also to practice more advanced sentences so you're ready for anything during the interview. I've made some videos to help you with that too, so check that out. Change number 10, your interview result. At the end of your N-400 interview, the officer will usually give you a notice, the naturalization interview results. This tells you whether you passed or failed the interview and if any additional evidence is needed. Now, there are 2 options in the middle of the page. Congratulations, your application has been recommended for approval. Or, a decision cannot be made yet about your application. Boo. I notice more and more applicants are receiving the second option, even if they pass the interview. Don't panic if this happens to you. This is due to stricter vetting and extra background checks. Most of the applications now require a second review or need to be approved by a supervisor. What you can do is check your online account on a regular basis after your interview for the final decision. Change number 11, same-day oath ceremony. In the past, many applicants were able to complete their interview in the morning and then attend their oath ceremony later that same day. It was awesome. Now, that's extremely rare now. Most applicants will need to wait, sometimes weeks or even months, for their ceremony to be scheduled. It can be frustrating, but it's completely normal under the current process, so don't be alarmed. Make sure to monitor your account so you don't miss your appointment. And remember, you are not officially a U.S. citizen until you complete your oath ceremony. Immigration policies are always evolving, but right now, they're changing faster than usual. The best thing you can do is stay informed, be prepared, and take the process one step at a time. You are not alone. I am here to help you along the way, and I will see you in the next video.